Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel for another video. And today's video is going to be a little chit chat, get ready with me. I'm sharing with you guys how I found out I was pregnant, my reaction to having twins, and all about being pregnant through the coronavirus. I hope you guys and your families are staying safe through this pandemic. Let's get right into this video. Okay guys, so I did my brows off camera because that takes forever in a day, and I also primed my face with the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. I am now going to go in and do some eyeshadow. I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's in the shade Porcelain to put over my lid. But I kind of wanted to hop on here and tell you guys about my first trimester experience, how I found out I was pregnant, my reaction to finding out I was having twins and all that fun stuff. I'm not the best at, doing my makeup and talking. So I'm going to be doing some makeup and talking and then doing some makeup again. Yeah, if you watched the previous Get Ready With Me, you already know the drill. Okay guys, so I went on vacation in December, and it was like a family vacation. We were there to celebrate the lives of my grandparents, not for any specific reason, just to tell them that we appreciate them, we love them, because you always want to make sure you tell the people that you love them when they're around to hear it. So that was the purpose of a trip, turned into like a family vacation, and that is where I got pregnant. So when I came back from vacation, we were a little bit sick, because when we were on vacation we ate, but we didn't eat on time. So after like about a week and a half of doing that, we eventually got sick. My boyfriend and I both had diarrhea, but I was the only one that was throwing up. But because we were sick and like there was like a reason attributed to that sickness, I didn't really think anything of it until like I started coming home from work. And usually when I come home from work, I'll be able to like make breakfast and eat breakfast and watch one of my shows and stuff like that. And instead, when I came back from vacation, I wasn't able to do that at all. I literally came home and I went straight to bed because I work overnight. So as soon as I come home in the morning, I just went straight to bed. Like I couldn't make breakfast, I couldn't stay awake for too long, and I was just sleeping. But because I love sleeping, I didn't mind. And I was sick like the week before, so I'm figuring like, okay, my body is weak or something like that, so maybe I need some time to recover, and that's the reason that I'm sleeping so much. So things started to get a little bit weird when I would sleep for like 9 hours throughout the day, and I would go to work and I'm still exhausted, and I'm like, girl, you just slept for 9 whole hours. How are you so tired? And on the weekends that I would plan to film and stuff, I had no energy. I didn't want to get out of bed. Like the first weekend that happened, I'm like, okay, you just came back from vacation and maybe I'm still in vacation mode, so let me just hang out this weekend in bed and be a princess. And still, I thought nothing of it. Using the Huda Beauty Warm Browns palette. Is like a pretty neutral palette. I love this palette so much. You guys can see that I hit pan on one of the colors already. I love this palette. So yeah, it wasn't alarming at first because I'm like, maybe I'm still in vacation mode or whatever, and I kind of just want to relax. And then the second weekend it happened, I'm like, okay girl, like you have all these plans, all these goals for 2020. You really have to get up and start filming your videos, start putting away your stuff, because I unpacked the suitcase the night that I came back from vacation because I didn't want to spend months unpacking a suitcase, and I will spend months unpacking a suitcase. So yeah, we had stuff out of the suitcase and I needed to put those things away, and I had no energy. Like I did not want to get out of bed. So at that point, within the 2-3 week mark, I started to get a little bit concerned about myself. I'm like, am I depressed? Like, what is going on? And then I'm like, girl, don't be ridiculous, because what reason do you have to be depressed? You just came back from a fantastic vacation. Of course I miss my family, but I could still like video call them, and I still talk to them like I would normally do throughout the year when I didn't see them. And I didn't see them for like 6 years at one point, and I was fine. So I don't understand why I feel this way. I really started to get concerned about my mental health. And then that same day that I started getting concerned about my mental health is when I felt some cramps. So you know those little warning cramps that you get before your period comes? I'm like, oh, it's you. On flow is getting ready to come. So I have my little container in my bathroom that I have with like my feminine stuff, like pads, tampons, wipes, all that good stuff. And I started refilling her and making sure that I have stuff in my bag that I take to work with me, because you know, on flow comes at the most inconvenient times. So you gotta be ready. I did all of that, and I started to get a little bit concerned around day 35 because my period cycle ranges from 28 to 40 days. So around day 35, I started to get a little bit concerned because we're gonna let this ambulance pass. Okay, so my period cycle ranges from 28 to 40 days. I usually have 2 40-day periods a year, and they're never back to back. My previous cycle, however, at this point was a 40-day period, so I am not expecting another 40-day period. And by day 35, I'm starting to get concerned because usually, based on the history in my app that I use to track my periods, after like a 40-day period, I usually have a shorter one, usually somewhere between 28 and 35 days, but nothing more than 35. It's usually like a 28-day period or a 32 or 33-day, something like that, but nothing going over 35. So day 35, I'm like, girl, where are you? Are you coming? But you know I still got 5 days, so not really worried about it, and I'm still feeling those warning cramps, so not too concerned, right? Fast forward to day 39. Day 39 is where things got a little bit interesting because I started to get a little headache, and I don't get headaches unless I eat something that I'm not supposed to eat. I do get migraines from time to time, but we had that issue addressed when I was younger, and I know things that are my triggers, what I'm not supposed to eat, and I also get a headache if I don't eat on time. And because I was sick before, I was sure to eat on time, and I didn't eat anything that I'm not supposed to eat. So I'm like, okay, where did this headache come from? Day 40, no period, and I have a headache again. So I'm like, this is interesting. Usually when I have a 40-day period, my period will come like within the first hour after midnight on day 40. Like my previous 40-day period was at 12:22 a.m. Literally within the first hour. Like it never passes 1 a.m. on day 40 and my period is not here. However, this time, still remaining optimistic, like girl, you have all day to come. So going about my day, still feeling a little bit crampy and expecting my period to come because we have all day on day 40. I was filming and stuff, and I remember it was 11:45. I looked at this thing right here, that thermostat right there. Yeah, on day 40, 11:45 p.m. I was packing up my equipment because I had just finished filming, and still no period. I'm like, girl, where you at? Like, we got 15 minutes to go. Don't do this to me now. Because I've never been to day 41 before. Like, this app is like a 5-year history, and within 5 years there has never been a day 41 period. So what's going on? I lost track of time, and it got to 12:06 a.m. no period. Here we are, day 41. I was like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. So I got the pregnancy test and I went to the bathroom. And you know how, like, you're supposed to sit the pregnancy test down a little bit and let it do its thing. Girl, I didn't even get a chance to do that. As soon as I peed and I took the thing and I was getting ready to set it down, bam, positive. I was shocked, nervous, excited, and I'm like, I'm pregnant, like what the hell? Like, I was just in shock for a good minute, and then I prayed about it and I left it right there. Whew. Immediately following that, now I put in my app that, hey, I'm pregnant, blah blah blah, and at this point now the app is telling me you're 6 weeks along, all that fun stuff. And I called my doctor, scheduled my first appointment, and they did that. Now my morning sickness, child, listen to me. My morning sickness had me through the roof. I had this cute idea, like my boyfriend and I both agreed on the way that we would tell our family. We would tell them after the first ultrasound. We would put like the ultrasound in a little gift box because we were away for Christmas, and in Jamaica we don't do like, you know, Christmas gifts and all that stuff. We're more like to party and have fun and have a good time with our family and stuff like that. But I was gonna tell my mom like, hey mom, you know, I didn't give you a Christmas gift, so here you go, here's a Christmas gift with, of course, the ultrasound picture in there. I didn't get to do that because my morning sickness was through the roof, and I had to call her before I even go to the doctor to get my ultrasound, and I had to tell her that, you know, I was sick. Like, I called her, I freaked her out a little bit because I told her, you know, you need to get over here right now, and I was crying and everything because it was a day that was just bad. Like, everything I ate for the whole day just kept coming back. I was weak. I hadn't eaten anything all day. This is like 7 p.m. at night, and I was trying to eat for the whole day. So I was just upset, crying, and throwing up at the same time. And I'm like, you have to get here right now. So she comes over, and of course she's scared because she doesn't know what the hell is going on. I told her nothing over the phone, and eventually revealed to her that I was pregnant. You can see the sigh of relief on her face because she came over here. I'm still bawling, and she doesn't know what's going on. But yeah, she was relieved when I said I was pregnant, and then she tried to get me something to eat and stuff like that. So I ended up having to tell her early, and then at that point I started to ask her questions about her pregnancy with me, because I'm like, listen, this morning sickness is so horrible. I am ready to apologize to you, ma'am. Like, what was your morning sickness this bad with me? Because I owe you an apology at this point. And she's like, no, my morning sickness with you was not bad, but with your brother it was horrible. And then from my cousin's experience, who had a baby boy as well, I know that her morning sickness was horrible. So at this point I'm like, okay, maybe I'm having a boy. And you know, 2019 was like, everybody I knew had girls. So I'm like, maybe I'm having a boy. Maybe that's why my morning sickness is this bad. Still not knowing that I'm pregnant with twins. Time for the ultrasound. We go to the doctor. Hang on, commercial break. Okay, so time for the ultrasound. We go to the doctor. I'm getting ready to see my one little baby. Okay, so time for the ultrasound. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor to see my one little baby and hear my one little heartbeat. Only for somebody to tell the ultrasound tech that I was 20 weeks pregnant. So I don't know who told her that and who got that misinformation. But I wasn't 20 weeks pregnant, darling. But she did an ultrasound on my stomach first, a pelvic ultrasound. And I will never get these words out of my head. She said, you know it's 2 of them, right? My jaw dropped. I said, I'm sorry, what? She said, you're having twins. I said, ma'am? She said, 1 sack, 2 sack, 2 babies. I said, ma'am, you know it's too early to be playing April Fool's jokes, right? Like, we're in the middle of February right now. We can't be having April Fool's jokes. So she's like, don't worry, we're going to do a transvaginal ultrasound and you'll be able to see better. So here I am, speechless, because that is the last thing I expected to hear when I went to the doctor. I just wanted to hear a heartbeat. Like, I just wanted to hear a heartbeat. This lady's gonna tell me I'm having twins? So at this point, I'm speechless. My boyfriend is speechless. And we're both just standing there staring at each other like, what the hell did we get ourselves into? She does the transvaginal ultrasound, and there you have it, chilling. 2 little beings living their best lives while I'm over here throwing up my guts. So I turned to my boyfriend and I said, congratulations, here is to your first and only 2 children. And at this point, we're going to be praying it's boy and girl, so I will not ever be tempted by any crazy fluke to go back for a boy or to go back for a girl, because I just want it to be a boy and a girl, okay? Like, let's pray. Let's have a moment of silence and pray it's a boy and a girl, so we don't have to do this again. Because, man, the way this morning sickness is set up, I'm okay. I'm good. So yeah, throughout the ultrasound I was quiet. Like I didn't know what to say. Just as I'm fumbling right now, I just didn't know what to say, and that was that. Like we just were quiet through the ultrasound. And of course, as soon as we got home, we called our parents and we told them like, hey, we're expecting twins, and everybody was excited while we're over here having a whole headache because we're like, we've accepted the fact that we're having one baby, and you know, hey, this is what's happening, one baby is here. Now we have to get adjusted to the fact that there's two of them. I'm still, every time I say I'm having twins right now, I'm still like, twins? Like two of them? Girl, pray for me, please. But yeah, that is how I found out I was pregnant. That is how I reacted to having twins. And then the rest of my first trimester was just getting through morning sickness and praying I can finally eat. When I tell you guys I could not eat, at one point I ate for like 3 times out of the week. 3 times out of a 7-day week. That was horrible. Like, I didn't know that a human being could survive without food, but that was me. That was literally my life. My GYN gave me, of course, a vitamin B6 to try to help with the nausea. That didn't, I'm not going to say it didn't work, but it didn't really do much. The vitamin B6 plus the prenatals did kind of open up my appetite a little bit, where I started having like very little cravings here and there, and week by week it would improve based on what I can eat and what I can't eat. My morning sickness remedies changed every single week. Like I would start out with one thing and then I started hating it. For example, I started out with ginger, I'm sorry, I can't even say that word without, I'm sorry, ooh, I can't even say that word. I'm going to type it on the screen, that word. I can't say it without feeling nauseous right now. So I started out with that, and then I got sick of it, so sick that I can't say the word. Then I turned to Jolly Ranchers, then I was on crackers. Then as the weeks go on, my remedies changed, and stuff that I liked I don't like anymore, and things like that. So everything was going well until we came to this pandemic of the coronavirus, and my job is considered essential, so I had to work for up to a certain point through the virus. I mean, every day going outside was like an episode of Survivor. Like, you go outside and you just literally just hope for the best, because at this point, you know, when you're pregnant, your immune system is not as responsive as the average person. Even though there's no studies that show how this affects pregnant women, I don't want to become an experiment. And literally, I was living in fear for days, and now I am laid off. Not something that anybody wants to go through. I mean, there are thousands of people who are laid off, and they're like, you know, hey, I need a source of income. But for me, this is a blessing in disguise, because, you know, I want to make sure I'm safe, babies are safe. And so I'd rather be at home than to be at work. Financially, it's, you know, not the best situation that anyone wants to be in, but logically speaking, I just have to look at the good side of it. But yeah, guys, technically I did a lot of chatting and not too much getting ready. Is my camera battery signaling that it needs to be charged soon? Girl, I want you to behave yourself today. Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm using my NYX matte liner to line my eyes. I haven't done makeup in so long, I feel like a rookie. Okay guys, so I am back with some lashes on. The lashes that I like to use are the Ardell Wispies. These are my favorite lashes. I'm gonna go in with my foundation. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Longwear 360 Mocha. This foundation is like one of my favorites, literally. It's so full coverage, covers up my hyperpigmentation on one go. And don't worry, I will get my neck with powder and all that fun stuff, because, you know, it's just got 3 different shades. Concealer. I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place concealer in number 10. If you have watched my videos and my best products to try in 2020, this was one of those products. I really love this concealer, guys. So full coverage, hides all your secrets under eye bags and everybody, and it blends so easily and nicely. Whew, I love Juvia's Place products. This is my Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder in the shade Honeymoon. I just like to press this into my under eye area. Do I want to highlight in my forehead? I don't think so. We're not doing all of that tonight because I'm literally only getting ready to film a few other videos if these babies would cooperate with me, because I don't feel like they're cooperating tonight. They acting up a little bit and I'm starting to feel a bit nauseous, which is very unlikely at this point in my pregnancy. In the second trimester, I start to feel a little bit better, much better than I did feel in my first trimester. Believe me, so much better. Alright, so to contour, I'm going to use my Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Ebony. And this got smashed to bits when I went on vacation. I'm still going to use it because I really love this powder to contour. And I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics contour brush, and we're going to get Mama's chubby face some cheekbones. Okay, so for my all over face powder that I'm going to use and bring down to my neck, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder in the shade 360 Mocha to set the rest of my face. So for blush, I am going to be using the Black Radiance blush in Toasted Almond. It's like a nice neutral shade. So to highlight, I'm using my RayeRaye palette from BH Cosmetics, and she has a little highlight section here. I like to mix these two right here. It is the shade Radiant and French Toast. I like to mix both of them. For my lips, I'm gonna take this Black Radiance Beauty lip pencil in the shade, what is this? When I find the shade, I'm gonna put it on the screen. But yeah, basically it's like a lip liner and lip pencil. And I'm gonna apply some Vaseline. And then we're gonna go in and line our lips. Alright. So now I feel like I look like a person. Ew. Ugh. We're gonna get this here together. And we're gonna put some clothes on. And we'll be back. Okay guys, so I did go ahead and line my eyes with my Black Radiance retractable liner. But other than that, this is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!